we are going to see what did SNEAKO realize in this month of Ramadan. Let's see.
And I realized, like, on this Ramadan trip this month or this past month, like being around a place where I'm actually celebrated. I was walking around today in Florida, and I was really like, it almost felt dystopian. It's like there's almost nothing. It seems like there's not much left here for me in this country. And I realized that. I first realized it when I arrived in the airport, when I arrived back in the United States after a month away in Saudi Arabia, and I got stopped by Border Patrol, and they took my bags. They looked through my bags. I was wearing my Moroccan thobe because I got used to it through prayer and stuff like that, and all the Ramadan prayers, and I was really connecting with God, and that was probably the most at peace I've ever been. And for some reason, I'm back here. Like, why am I back here when I actually found true peace? And I can't come up with a valid reason. So much identical. There's a 13-year-old boy reciting the Quran on the roof of the Muzehid where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam
Sallallahu
where he
Alaihi
used to pray.
Wasallam.
And look at this. This is a place where I'm celebrated. This is like a God-fearing place. This is the holy city of Medina, and I'm on the roof here. I didn't invite anybody to come here. They just sat down, and it was all peace. And then someone decides to start reciting the Quran. Everywhere I go in the Middle East, like it's all love. It's all everybody wants to. People are inviting me to like spend time with their families. People want to like, they are very happy that I became Muslim. We have shared ideas about God. We have shared values. It's a place where I can see myself grow. And then I come back here. Think about it. What else is there really for me here besides family? There's almost nothing left here. There's nothing left from here. What's up to social media? There's nothing left. I don't have access to these platforms anymore. It's almost nothing. But there's no point in trying to. There's no point in trying to jump ropes for these people, bro. All I should do is try to inspire the people that are here that want to take something from this sort of content and sort of get something from here, and give to the community, and then get out, man, and then get as much money as possible in a halal way, and then just get out.
He should make money in halal way. Yeah, I think he will do.
You can't let them win. I'm not letting them win. It's just there's how I'm not letting them win. Tell us how you spend weed. I told you I spent it with Muhammad Ajab and his family. He was really gracious, and we went to a resort pretty close by, and I got to spend family time with like a family that I never met before. So it seems like that's the route. And then it has me thinking about, like, I've been streaming for 2 years now. I think it's actually
2 years?
like consistently. It's been about
I think when I saw him in 2023 in January, I think.
2 years. I really started May 1st, but I would say April is when I started picking up steam, and then May 1st I did daily every day in May, and then I took a break in June. And so, like, what can I take away from the 2 years of streaming? It's that I was able to get out of the brainwashing. When I first started streaming, I still believed in, like, what else did I believe 2 years ago? I didn't believe in God 2 years ago. I didn't know how to make money properly. I wasn't consistently going to the gym.
Double SNEAKO, cause now he's a Muslim and he believing on God. Is it true?
I was still smoking weed. I was still drinking. I didn't know that dating was a sin. I didn't know
Whoa.
about the control mechanisms. I didn't know the basics of geopolitics. I didn't know how to prepare and be self-sufficient. There was a lot of things that I was not aware of, and I was able to, through those years of streaming, I was able to get out a lot of that brainwashing, and then I was able to get out a lot of those mind traps, and be able to create something for myself. So I'm not gonna quit. I'm not going anywhere. But yeah, I realized, especially today, like there's no point in trying to do jumping laps over that. In the 2 years, man, I had whispers. I got phone calls, man. I repeat this all the time, man. Do you want to take this deal? Do you want to go sell your soul? I got that call. Do you want to sell your soul? And I said no. So I want to say this for the younger people watching. If there's anything that you can learn from SNEAKO, because the haters are able to run with the narrative that they want. They're able to kind of repaint a picture of me, and If there's a lesson here, it's just that you should stand up for what you believe is true. Don't try to fit into a certain narrative that's laid out. You can create the mainstream. You can
Yes,
create
I
culture. You
can.
can poke at the universe and it's
Everyone
going to have a
can.
ripple effect. As long as you stay consistent, if you stay true to what you believe in, because most people are not doing that. Most people just they take the road that's already been paved out for them. You can pave the road for yourself, and other people are going to follow it because there's not that many people that are creating something new. There's not that many actionable people out there. And you can see what's possible if you really put in effort every single day. If you have a good circle of people around you and you stay true to your convictions and you're not afraid of making mistakes. You stay true to your heart. You work hard, man, and especially you go to the gym, all these things. You can see what's actually possible with this, especially with the internet. Like you're able to connect with people from around the world. There's a lot of people out there like you too. Sometimes, like especially in your hometown, you're going to think that it's just this bubble, but trust me, there's a lot of people. If you think it's a certain way and you feel alone, there's thousands, if not millions, of other people that are thinking the exact same thing in that moment. So as soon as you meet those other autistic people, those fringe people, those people with ADHD, whatever because they're classified with something. They're called weird. They're called dysphobic or something. You meet those people and you're going to be able to create something. And so I highly recommend you use the internet to meet those people.
Yeah, I think I got lots of friends on internet and they're Muslim friend. Yeah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Allah gave me those friends, and none of them are revert Muslim.
And make something new because people are starving for truth. People are starving for something motivational, for something inspirational because everything else out there's a void. There's a lack of meaning. People are not trying to really connect. They want to entertain, but they're not trying to get to any sort of truth, and they're not trying to push the envelope forward. They don't want to challenge the status quo. If you just get a couple people who want to challenge the status quo, do it every single day, or you can create something that's revolutionary. And
Yes, I'm doing it because I'm learning Arabic on live, and also I'm learning Quran after this Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, SNEAKO did lots of podcasts with Islamic people, with good people, and they helped me. That podcast helped me and impacted me a lot. That's why I'm doing great. And I was practicing Islam, but between some years I didn't. And yeah, I feel very bad for that because as a Islam, when I I got lots of knowledge of Islam, Allah gave me, but I didn't work on it. I didn't practice, and that's the main issue in my life, and that's why I'm doing well after this Ramadan. And I started, and I've realized if I don't memorize the Quran, I'm worthless, bro. And I'm doing it, and I got lots of friends on online. They're watching my live stream, and my I'm doing my live stream with my broken English. But I I think they are understand they understand me. Yeah, and I talked a lots of friend, and they're older than me, bro. Alhamdulillah, I got them. Alhamdulillah. May Allah bless them, and may Allah bless Nikab. May Allah bless all of us, and inshallah, pray for me, and I'll pray for everyone. I'm praying for everyone. Inshallah, we love everyone.
there's a gap in the market now. There's not that many people doing it, especially if you have access to those platforms, bro. You can change the world. And we're just getting started, especially everybody here watching this now, man. We're really young, and I'm definitely not going to stop. But I wanted to take this because, especially after I had a lot of time to reflect after that month of Ramadan and being around people that are like me, especially the type of person I am. I haven't in my life. I haven't felt or haven't met a lot of people that I align with like mentally. There's not a lot of people that are in the same page as me because you guys make fun of me. You say I'm Chinese and all this stuff. Like I'm mixed race.
That's bad, bro.
I grew up in like this. I never fit into any sort of category. mentally, physically. I was never on the same page as a lot of people around. And being around Muslims, for example, being around God fearing people uh, in the middle, that's where I actually felt like, like I'm like these people. Sitting on this roof here is, for example, one of the first times I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm actually these people from around the world. We are alike. I do have something in common with these people, and I never really had that. Um, and as soon as if you poke the universe, I think Steve Jobs said that the more you poke at the universe, you can see that it changes. Like the same way we're all addicted to Minecraft when we grew up, and you're able to create houses and create valleys and create anything that your mind could possibly fathom. You can do that in life. It's the same thing. Did I know that I was going to be? I remember when I first came to Miami back when I was 14 and I was peeing off the balcony with my brother. I didn't know that I was going to be able to have my own balcony. That through hard work and through staying true to what I believe in, I was going to be able to have this. Right here was a dream apartment 10 years ago. Having an audience that would be like when I first started YouTube, that was a dream. And I've accomplished all these things. And so you got to think about what's next, because I pretty much hit a ceiling with this sort of stuff. And I have to be honest about it. They are able to run with the narrative that it's almost impossible for me to compete against. I'm fighting an uphill battle. And there's not really, sometimes I complain about the love speech community because I do see you guys, even though you guys aren't really my friends, I do see you guys as friends because I talk to you guys so much. I read what you guys say. I'm always like responding to the community. I'm always looking at what you guys are saying. I read the chat like more than I read messages from my friends. So you guys are in a sense like a family. And sometimes I complain. I'm like, why aren't you guys sliding for me more? Which is a stupid thing to think about because I'm going up against some of the biggest power mechanisms in the world. I'm going up against people who have millions and millions of subscribers and followers who are able to shut you out like this, who are able to spin a narrative so where nobody wants to work with you, no brand thinks you're safe, to where other creators are going to be able to disrespect you and surpass you. It's a battle that's not worth fighting, especially alone. And I can't expect the community, I can't expect you guys to be able to fight a war. Ultimately, most of you are just here for entertainment in order to, and maybe to get some sort of inspiration or motivation because you want to see me seek truth through funny. So,
and yeah, every day I'm getting lots of value from him for his yeah, from his live stream, because he invites lots of people that they have lots of knowledge about Islam, about real life. And yeah,
there's not that many people on this side, and especially like if there's anybody on my side too, they just ban them as well because you call us autistic. Yeah, I know it's tough love. It's tough love. But let's think about this, Chow. I want you to answer this. What is success? What is success?
So what is success?
What does that mean?
Success success mean what? Success mean go to heaven, go to Jannah, and get um, mercy from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and that is success. I feel that when you are um, very very sick, and Allah gives His mercy on you. That's great.
Check Discord clips I'm going to. Act never been outside the U.S. Yeah, I don't think he's been outside the U.S. What is success? Because like success, and he's doing well. And in terms of the metrics of influencer, he's successful right now because he's being spoken about by like Drake puts his name in a diss track, right? And he gets fame and notoriety. That's what people consider success. You guys are saying Jannah. Edging, okay. Freedom. I agree. You guys are saying what I agree with. It's a personal experience. Success is that. For a while, I didn't know how to define success. I would define success in monetary terms. I would define success on the metrics of fame, on how many businesses. I would define success based off things that are physical, things that are fleeting. And so, but when you get a certain amount of money, when you have $1 million, what's the difference between 1 and 10 or 10 and 100? right? Like you want to have the whole point of having money is so that you can get freedom. Once you have that freedom, what else do you need? And how much money buys freedom? Some people say, like, oh, you need $30 million so that you can have a house all over the world. But why do you really need that, or do you have to have that? Because how much time are you going to be able to spend in all these places? You want to have a place where you can raise your kids and you can be comfortable and you can be able to avoid traps and not be put in jail or have your assets taken. But you don't need that much money.
Money can't buy happiness, but money can buy services, and that's why you need money and get service, and it will be valuable thing like a Quran course. I like that Arabic course. It's too expensive when you go there and learn some Arabic, then you have to pay lots of money.
True freedom is being able to have, like, a couple mil, I would say 5 or 10, and then you're good. And some people could argue you can go up to 30, but other than that, like, I've completely let go of the need for material things. Genuinely. Like, that's why you don't see me wearing watches anymore. I don't need that. I like having my fast car, the Hellcat. That's not even a flashy car. It looks like a Charger, which is $26,000, $23,000, but it has a V8 engine and it goes really fast. When I'm driving today back and forth on the Florida Turnpike, man, it goes fast. I like fast cars, but other than that, I don't. That's all. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. Success is have a righteous wife and kids. You guys actually have a good point. And what I realized in the 2 years since I started streaming is that success is making it into heaven. Well, that's the
Yes.
only other metric in terms of success, because what's undeniable is that this life is temporary. All the things that you can measure, the things besides heaven that you could say is a measure of success, all of it is temporary and fleeting.
I think success is like I can say this is success when you get Allah's mercy from death, when you are dead bed, from there you'll get mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's mean you are successful, but people don't say it.
Why would you even want to have $100 million to give to your kids? They're going to become spoiled. They're not going to have to work hard. They're going to be retarded if you give them everything that you have. I want my son to have to work for something. I want to be able to provide for my daughter, but I don't want her to be an entitled cunt. You don't want to have that much money. You want your kids to work for something. So what do you really have? I want to have the people around me. I want them to be good. I want them to be safe. I want, my parents work so hard, so I want to be able to provide for them. I want my circle to be good around. I want to have that sort of safety net. But other than that, like, what do you need? The only success that actually makes sense is getting into heaven. And that's why I said no when I got that call. When I had the devil whisper, sell your soul. And I said no, because real success, I said no to that, because success is going into heaven, and I would not be able to live with a conscience. I'm not saying that because I think I'm better than anybody else, but I cannot see the value in that money and saying yes to that, because what am I going to do that with? All that's going to do is lead to more degeneracy. I'm going to have that much money and then I could fuck a girl. I've fucked girls. Many. A lot.
What? I didn't charge a girl, bro. And he, bro.
I'm not going to lie about that a lot. And
There's the difference between Muslim and non-Muslim, but he is not Muslim. His all sins are erased by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
even a lot of times, and I know you guys can relate to this, any Playboy in here, the actual act is not that good. It's not. It's good for like a couple minutes, and then you're like, yeah, and then you're here, and then you're tired, and then you're just trying to please her, and then it's an ego battle. It's stupid. You don't need to, bro, no man needs that long. Like, you really, after like 10 minutes, you're just doing it for her, to her ego, and so that she tells the group chat of her friends that you put it down well. Other than that, you don't need it. And you know, like, how gay it is to be fucking a girl for pleasure into a condom? It's gay. That's what gay people do. Sterile. It's an empty pursuit.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have this money so I could fuck a girl in a big house. Instead of like the mattress that I have in my college house, I could do it in a big mansion. Why? Why? God designed this so that you could have children. And we subtracted the whole actual purpose of this so that I could feel pleasure. But ultimate pleasure is doing good things. You know, the best feeling that I had in the past year, maybe like the best satisfaction or the most accomplished I felt, was when we raised $100,000 for Gaza. That's something that I'm proud of, even though pride's a sin. That's something that makes me feel good that we were able to do this with this platform. That even though that through all the stuff that they say about me, that we were able to do something positive. Am I ever going to meet the people that we fed? Probably not. Do I even know if they scammed us for 30% of the money? I don't know, but I saw pictures of the people with the charity, and I saw them eating food in a war-torn place where genocide is happening, and I did not feel, nothing made me feel more accomplished. Buying the houses, it didn't matter. Buying the gold, the watches or whatever, luxury clothes, none of that ever compared to that. The luxury clothes, you buy it and you don't even want it anymore. But being able to do something to have an impact on the world, when people send you a message and they say, I was going to kill myself and I didn't because of this content, you're like, okay, I want to see the next suicidal, how do I fix the next suicidal person? When I see people motivated, like, I found God because of your streams. I'm a born Muslim and I started going more on the deen because of what you talk about. That's the motivation to keep doing something. All the rest of it is meaningless, is pointless. And I can't find an actual justification. I see some of the group chats and like, okay, you did a month-long stream of Ramadan. What else? Like, can you do a stream with a girl now? Do an IRL stream like with the rapper. Go drift with 6ix9ine. Why? Why? It's impact. And some people, like, if you read the chat, some people are gonna say you're yapping, but yeah, I wanted to get to this. I wanted to speak about this stuff because who knows, bro? And you know, I never got into this to be a yapping clown for retards who are never going to be satisfied. And that's not why I started this. I started this because I started this for impact. That's why I started making YouTube videos. I wanted to make timeless pieces. I started streaming because I wanted to make money. And then I'm still streaming because I want to have impact. But then you realize that, like, you know, the most active people don't, you know, some people don't want to change. Why is ever streaming retiring? I'm not retiring. I'm not retiring. I just wanted to re-clarify some things because I know, just like what we were talking about with academics, like I'm never really going to be accepted in this country. If we're going to be honest, at least not now. Maybe in the future, but and you guys saw it with the IRL stream yesterday where you're walking around like all these people are drunk. Like, these people are not on the same. They're not on the path that I want to be on, like in Miami. And I
Bro, that's a good realization, but I think you should to go in another Muslim country where where he can do live, he can do lots of good thing. I think in my country, peoples are dreaming about America. They wanna go America, but the reality in America, I wanted to go, but now few years, I think last few years, yeah, when I was from since when I got Andrew Tate, he converted, he reverted to Islam. So after that, my decision slowly changed, and now I I don't want to go over Western country. I want to go Muslim country, Middle East. You know, like UAE or Saudi Arab, Makkah and Medina. There's two places I want to go there. I want to settle in there because that's a good place to live. You can get lots of service from there. Email accept there, everyone. So and that is a safe city on earth. These two places, Makkah and Medina. So I not go there, inshallah. One day I need to make more money. That's right. Yeah, money can't buy any happiness. Money can buy any service. That's why I wanna go there.